Hey guys, how's it going? It's Dan Coney here and welcome back to Overwatch. So, Season 8 of Competitive Overwatch ends tomorrow. When this video goes up on Saturday, February the 24th, 25th, and then midnight on the 26th, Season 8 ends. How has it been as a season for me? It's time for season review. Did it last season. Now, last season was a bit of a disappointing season. I didn't get where I wanted to go. I got stuck in low silver, and yeah, season 7 was not thrilling for me. But has season 8 changed things? Well, I can certainly say it has. One big change with season 8 was the fact that I have 3 accounts instead of 2. I have my main account, which is Danconia. I have an alt account, which was meant to play main healer, non-Cadia. And then I have a DPS account, which was Candanio. Now, Candanio did placements, I believe, in Season 7, and then didn't play anymore, and then did placements in Season 8? No, I think it just did placements in Season 8. Yeah, I think that makes sense. So, let's start off with main, shall we? Now, the start of the season was pretty bad. My win rate was really poor, and it did actually place... I think it ended the previous season around 1800 or something, and it placed similar to that, but then lost a ton of games, and it went down to about 1600. I was not impressed with my start to the season. It was not a good start to the season. I will fully accept that. What were my aims for the season though? They were to improve aim and positioning, and they were to get to gold. Now, the first thing I did after Danconia kind of plummeted, and non-Cadia also did its placements, and it placed around 1700, I think. I then went on to Candanio and did my DPS placements. Now, the rules for this account were it was to insta-lock DPS. It mainly ended up insta-locking Junkrat, because Junkrat is the most useful DPS in my opinion at this moment. He is pretty good. Not so much now due to the double concussion mine nerf thing, but he is still a very, very good pick, and I'm hoping in Season 9 to move on to a bit more Tracer play, which I've been working on outside of competitive. But, concentrating on Season 8. Candanio does its placements and places gold in 2200, which was pretty good. I was thrilled, right? Really, really happy with that. So, I kind of got gold, but I kind of cheated, right? It was a new account, it was his first ever placements, it placed gold, right? So, it was kind of a cheat. So it wasn't that much of a fulfillment. What I really wanted to do is get one of my old accounts to gold. If I could do it on my main, I'd be so happy. Except I had one big difference this season, and that was a change in hero pool. Because I've gone on for a long time about how I'm a diva main. I don't think I can say that anymore. I have not played as much diva as some other heroes this season. She's actually my 4th most played hero. My most played hero on Danconia main account is Orisa. Then it's Reinhardt, then it's Mercy, then it's Diva, then it's Winston, then it's Junkrat, then it's Moira, then it's Roadhog. So I've become much more of a tank main on that account now instead of just a diva main. My diva play has not been as good as it used to be. Now, I don't know whether that's because I haven't adapted well to the new way of playing diva, which is a bit assassiny instead of a backline peeler. But it's a weird one. My win rate for diva this season on my main account is lower than 50%. It's 1-6, loss 7, a 46.15% win rate. Whereas with Mercy, I have a 62% win rate. That's Mercy. 56% win rate with Reinhardt and 58% win rate with Orisa. So my Orisa play really went to another level this season, especially early on in the season, and I'm really pleased with that. Noncadia was meant to be a heal account, a support account. It kind of went that way, it kind of didn't. It finished maining Mercy. Now that's mainly because of the meta that we've had in the majority of Season 8, where Mercy's been so crucial. She's been the support hero to play. It's played a bit of Moira, it's played a bit of Zen, but it's mainly played Mercy, and it also has had to flex onto tank, which has brought also Orisa and Reinhardt in. It's got a 69.23% win rate on Orisa. It's won 9, lost 4, and drawn 1. It's a bit stupid, and it actually has a 36% win rate on Reinhardt. Very weird how it changes from account to account, but its best win rate, apart from the Orisa, which I'm not really counting, is the Moira. Obviously, Moira new this season. Pretty much. She's gone 8 and 5 with a 61% win rate. I'm pretty happy with that with the first season on Moira. Candanio, we know, has played a ton of Junkrat. It's about a 50% win rate with Junkrat, although it is on a negative win rate because it has lost games as Mercy, as Pharah, and as Tracer, as Reinhardt, and as Reaper. So it really has defaulted to Junkrat in Season 8, and I'm going to change that. I'm going to change that in Season 9. Hopefully play more Tracer and more Pharah. I just need to practice their play. And with DPS for me, if I'm having a good day on DPS, I know I'm having a good day. I can do really well as Tracer. I can do fairly well as Pharah. I can do really well as Junkrat, but it's got to be on my day for DPS. Otherwise, I'm much more consistent with, say, a tank or a support. Overall win rates for the season, Candanio went 40%, Noncadia went 52.94%, and Danconia went 55.17%. Again, 2 positive win rates, 1 negative. Candanio is a bit, because it was placements and it wasn't played as much as the other accounts, it's kind of difficult. Now we get to the important numbers. Skill rating. As I said, Candanio reached gold. It fell a bit from its 2200 height. It was about 2201 at some points, and even higher than that, but it finished on 2155. I'll take that. I really will take that. That's a really good that's a good first season for Candanio, and it's gold. It's gold. So let's take it, right? I'm expecting Candanio to perhaps drop off a bit next season as it gets played slightly more, but we'll see, and then I'll come to Season 9 placements as well. Working backwards, Noncadia was pretty stable on between 1700 and 1800 the whole season, but I had a bit of a shake up this season with the way I played, especially during the last three odd weeks of the season. I stopped playing Candanio because it was already in gold. I come to Noncadia and I make sure that I'm concentrating solely on one account to try and get it to that place where I want to be, gold. It was tough for Noncadia, and I'm going to come back to Noncadia because it's a very interesting one. But to Danconia, it reached gold. 2002 is what it ends on. Extremely happy with that. It hit that about 2 weeks before the end of the season, and I didn't play the account for the rest of the season because I wanted to keep it in gold for the placements of Season 9, because I want to see what happens with those placements, because this is going to be really interesting, because there's accounts that could be really interesting in Season 9. Going back to Noncadia, I played Noncadia for 2 weeks at the end of the season, and I hard-knuckled, try-hard 7'd the end of the season to try and get it to gold. It hits the same skill rating as my main. It finished on 2002. So all 3 of my PC accounts get to gold. For the first time ever, I finish a season with at least 1 gold, but instead I get 3. Very, very good season. Non-KDR, I think, was stuck in a bit of a hell around the 1800 mark, but we got out of it. We actually got out of it, and I'm really, really impressed with that. But one overriding trend, obviously, Candanio, unless it has really horrific placements, I'm not expecting it to drop out of gold straight after placements. Non-KDR and Anconia, however, if I get a negative win rate in those placements, they could fall out gold. So the placements for Season 9 are going to be very, very crucial for my two other accounts, in my opinion. To touch on console, I only did the placements on console. I didn't play after placements. It placed plat. 2614 or something like that. 2614, something like that. It placed flat. Not as high as it was at 2800, near diamond at one point, but it placed flat in the end. Now I have this third DPS account. I'm not playing console as much. That's all I can say, really. But going back to the goals for Season 8. Reaching gold. Yeah, we did that. We didn't just do it with one account. We did it with all three, and I'm pretty happy with that. Another aim I had was to improve aim and positioning. Has that happened? And it's a real difficult one. I think for me, it depends on the day. I can play Overwatch pretty well on my day, and then the next day I can play absolute trash. So it's very difficult. I think my aim has improved. I'm pretty certain my aim has improved. I'm hearing the headshot ding a lot more with things like Tracer. And my flick shots with things like a Widowmaker are doing pretty well, although they're not consistent. Although for the first time ever in this season, I've had competitive games where I've popped off as Tracer and as Widowmaker. And before this season, I had never played Widowmaker or Tracer in a competitive match. Tracer, yeah, I probably switched on Tracer to get to a point at one point, but not to actually properly play her throughout a match. Very interesting. But I think the most impressive thing with this season is the range of my hero pool right now. I used to be, as I said, a D.Va main that used to insta-lock D.Va. Not anymore. I can play D.Va, I can play Winston, I can play Reinhardt, I can play Orisa, I can play Roadhog, I can play a slight bit of Zarya, although it is my weakest tank. I can play Mercy, I can play Zen, I can play Moira, I can play pretty much every support apart from perhaps Anna. Anna lets me down. I can even play Lucio pretty well now, in the right situation, although he's probably my second worst support. I can play Symmetra, I can play Junkrat, I can play Tracer, I can play Pharah, I can play Widowmaker. My hero pool has really expanded. There are a few grey areas. Soldier 76 is not my best. Surprising, huh? He's like the stalwart, like, sort of DPS player. I'm not a particularly good Soldier 76. I'd much rather play a Tracer or a Widowmaker. Doomfist, Genji, weak areas. I can play an alright Doomfist in deathmatch, but not in competitive. Genji is horrific. That's just my Genji play. I'm not sure whether my Genji play will ever be that good. I'm just not a sort of Genji player. When it comes to other heroes like a Reaper in certain circumstances I can pop off on, but not very often. Bastion is Bastion. Torbjorn. I played Torbjorn in competitive. I'll hold my hands up. Non-KD has played a bit of Torbjorn. I think it played it on... I can't remember where it played Torbjorn, but it definitely played Torbjorn. Hanamura. Yeah, it played Hanamura, Torbjorn. McCree. Yeah, my aim's not good enough for McCree. But at the level I am at, McCree is not a particularly useful pick anyway. In my opinion, I don't really think if you're in bronze, silver, or low gold, you're better off picking a Soldier 76, not a McCree. Or even a Widowmaker instead of a McCree. Yeah, I wouldn't pick McCree where I am. And my aim needs to be substantially better if I'm going to pick McCree. McCree is much better in higher elos. Much better in your high plat diamond and above. McCree is like, he can be godly. You know. But this season has shown so much improvement. I am so happy. Coming off the back of a really bad Season 7, Season 8 has been really good, when at the start it looked pretty terrible. I turned it around and I'm really happy with it. If you want to see Season 9, which is coming up on the 1st of March at midnight, I won't obviously be playing it then, but the Friday I will probably be playing. So if you want to see some Season 9 competitive, check out my Twitch stream. It will be happening. Placements for Danconian, Oncadia and Candanio will be happening on Twitch. Plus, if you want to have a bit of a input on the season review, then leave it in the comments below. I want to know how your season's been, if it's been bad, if it's been good, if it's been no different. Have you been stuck in an elo hell? Or have you climbed like you've never climbed before? I certainly have. But for now, I'm going to leave here. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a like, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you in the next video. See you then!